All right, our next guest is making Lee County, Florida safer, not just a little bit, a ton safer for the residents there. There's been a sharp decline in homicides, a 28% drop in crime in Cape Coral, and there's been a reduction in arrests, gun violence, and violent crime, property crime, and theft as of 2025. My next guest is the sheriff himself of Lee County, and I'm happy to have Sheriff Carmine Marceno on the show. Sheriff, what a great opportunity to bring you back. I've known you a very long time, sir. You are just crushing it, doing such a great job in Lee County. Tell us about some of the highlights of what you're doing.
Well, Eric, it's great to be back. Great to see you, man. It's been a long time. We're very lucky here. We're blessed. First, starting at the top, I mean, President Trump's vision, he's a champion for law enforcement, unwavering support. Even during the hurricanes, the man came here. He did everything he could to make things happen for us. He's second to none. Securing our borders, making sure that these violent criminals and drug dealers and pedophiles are not gaining access to this country, and most specifically the state of Florida. I mean, Governor DeSantis has done a phenomenal job being a champion for law enforcement. And here in Lee County, it makes our job easier. We've done a great job. Homicides down to the lowest they've ever been, plus 100% solved.
That's amazing. Let's stay on that. And the reason, look, folks, yesterday I was in Cape Coral, which is part of Sheriff Carmine's county. He's in Lee County. And Tito Ortiz says, you got to talk to Carmine Marceno. I'm like, I know Carmine forever. I know he's great. He's like, he's killing it here. He's doing everything right. We have cameras on corners. We're bringing crime down. You got cameras in schools, and you have an officer or someone, an official in all the schools. Tell us about that.
First and foremost, I mean, school safety is number one, top priority. 120,000 kids go to school in Lee County. It's 120,000 parents that really need us to make certain when they leave their house, they come home. And we do that. We train 7 times the mandated amount by statute, and we're ready for anything that comes our way. We have the latest and greatest technology. So when you put cameras everywhere, license plate recognition, we're solving crimes that we never could have. You can't get in and out of this county without getting caught. So if you commit a crime here, you're finished. And we're solving things all around. I mean, listen, the men and women of law enforcement, we have great relationships. The chief in Cape Coral, Tony Sizemore, Jason Fields in Fort Myers, we all work together in sync with an amazing state attorney, Amira Fox. So at every level, we're firing on all cylinders, and we're doing great things. And it's not just by words, but statistical data proves it works.
Sheriff, interestingly, I left, and I had to get back to the east coast of Florida. Cape Coral's on the west coast, and I had to drive east right across the middle of the state, and I noticed there's out of your county, in Palm Beach County, is a place called Belglade. Now, I don't want you to take any shots at the people, but you go from your county, which is completely locked down, safe, crime's coming down, to one of the more highest rated, I think it's number 2 in the state of Florida, adjacent to you. Can't they take some of the success you've had and implement it even somewhere it's only maybe a handful of miles away from you?
Well, I think the challenges are the sheer size, the numbers of people, population. And over here, Southwest Florida is very strong. We have a conservative mindset in the way that we want law and order at every level. Safety and security is number one. Law and order, we have that. The residents here can sleep well. As a matter of fact, they're great residents, and they're like-minded, which makes it so much easier for to do our job. And the numbers keep going down, and that's why everybody's leaving my hometown in New York and other places, because they want to come where it's safe, where they can raise their family and put their children in the greatest schools that are safe and secure, and they never have to worry about if they're going to come home. We're ready for everything that comes our way here. And we're taking drug dealers down by the hundreds, Eric. I always told you for all the years I've known you, that's my number one mission, is taking drug dealers out and down. And we do that at every level here.
Tell us a little bit about, the immigration issue. First of all, let me just point one thing out. The Governor Ron DeSantis, has been very close to his sheriffs. I really believe that's why Florida is becoming the safest big state in the country, is because the governor really supports you. So DeSantis has been great supporting you, Sheriff Marceno, yes?
Yes, sir. I mean, I was his first endorsement, my first endorsement out of the gate. Governor DeSantis has been a champion for law enforcement. He always does what's right for law enforcement. He supports us, gives us all the tools that we can do our job. He's there for us when we need him. And by the way, carrying out President Trump's, stance on 287G and getting rid of the people. Look, people can argue all day long, but why do we want someone who is a pedophile, a drug dealer, accessing the country, accessing the state of Florida? And we're very strong on working with our federal partners at 287 with ICE. I mean, you're not supposed to be here. You're not going to be here, and you're not going to commit violent crimes here. It's zero tolerance.
Sheriff Carmine, do you have an illegal immigration issue problem in Lee County?
We don't. We don't. And what we do is we work great with our federal partners. ICE has done a phenomenal job here locally. And I talk to them all at every level. And we are going around. I'll tell you, even the lowest level of deputy sheriff on the street, when I talk to them, they'll say, in areas that we used to have issues, we don't see those issues anymore because that 1% of the population, the people that commit violent crime, people that are not supposed to be here, by the way, that can fly under the radar and commit violent crime are gone. And they know we don't play in Florida. President Trump's mission, we are carrying it out every single day. And you can see it in the stats. Statistical data doesn't lie. And I don't care what party affiliate, I don't care what your mindset is. Who can argue with keeping people safe and staying away from violent crime? It's the way we should live our lives in a law and order society.
I spent a couple of days on an ICE raid, and it was amazing the cooperation between FHP, Florida Highway Patrol, the local police department, and ICE. I assume you're working with them to make sure that your county is as free as possible of illegal immigrants.
Well, I would tell you, our Florida Highway Patrol does a great job. FHP,
great job.
We work with them. Yeah, we work with them all the time. They are not just on the highways. They supplement law enforcement throughout the entire state. Anytime we need something, they're calling us before we call them. And the job that they do, all law enforcement is dangerous today, but being on those highways and the things that they do, they are amazing in what they do throughout our state. We're very blessed. Again, relationships, having the ability to pick up a phone, and we all work together as one cohesive team. That's why Florida leads the way.
It does, sir. And before we go, just tell us, what does Sheriff Carmine Marceno need to make it even safer? I know you're doing a great job. You're crushing it. And honestly, other counties should be taking a cue from what you're doing there. What do you tell the feds? What help, or the state or the feds? What do you need to make your job a little easier, a little more effective?
I speak on our local level as sheriff of Lee County. I will tell you, Eric, without hesitation, the local, state, and federal partners work amazing with us. The more we get community engagement, which we have, by the way, at the highest level, transparency, trust, okay, consistency, and the message is consistent. Not in Lee County, not in Florida. We get better every single day, but we have the assistance we need, local, state, and federal. We work in sync, one cohesive team. Again, the governor really sets the pace here in Florida. Ron DeSantis has done an amazing job. And I will also tell you again, President Trump has truly made our lives so much better. And coming from the top and being able to carry out his mission, which is, by the way, law and order and safety and security, zero tolerance in Lee County and the state of Florida. We're leading the way.
Great. You're doing a great job. Sheriff Carmine, I've known you a long time, my friend. I'm so proud of you. Really, really good to see you again, my friend. You just keep crushing it. Just keep doing it.
Thanks for all you do, my brother. Appreciate you.
Love you. Love you. We'll see you again soon, Carmine. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we'll be back 2.5 minutes.